Welcome to the Idaho Commercial Kitchen at the Idaho Innovation Center. Our goal at the Idaho Commercial Kitchen is to provide a place to grow the culinary experiences of food entrepreneurs right here in Eastern Idaho. The Idaho Commercial Kitchen is proud to offer an affordable, certified commercial kitchen space where food entrepreneurs can safely craft culinary products as well as receive business support to properly market their food and services. Come join us in our kitchen at the Idaho Innovation Center.
Welcome to the Business Boys Talkin-Business show with your hosts, Brian Magleby and Tyler Price.
Hey.
Welcome back, Mr. Florida.
Just in time for the snow.
Just in time
Yeah,
for the
you
nice
guys-
blizzardly snow.
You guys didn't want to make, you had to make sure I remembered where I live,
That's
right?
right.
Could be worse.
I hope you enjoyed that beach. He sent me quite a few pictures.
Yeah, it
of
was nice.
Him and his bride on the beach,
It was
and
a good
man,
time.
he just he had a good time down there. What do you think of the new
Yeah, it's nice.
style house?
Christy did a great job.
Christy has
Carl
set
Quist
us
is-
up here. We got a new chair for our guest, and man, we are just and look at this backdrop. Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about a man cave right
Yeah.
there.
I mean, I feel like I'm inside of it right now. Tyson.
Exactly, inside the man cave. But this is an example of what man cave innovations can do. He's going to be our guest today on the show. We're excited to have Roarke on the show today. So he's one of our new sponsors for Talkin-Business. He's helping us get our studio here set up with all of our technical equipment. And man, he's doing such a great job in business. And it's just so great to partner with a great guy like this that's got such a good history in the business and is significantly growing his business. And to have him as a sponsor and the equipment that he's bringing in here into our new studio is just absolutely phenomenal. So excited to have Burke here with Man Cave Innovations. But hey, do you know what you missed last week?
It was 70-something degrees, so what did I miss? I don't know.
You missed
Yeah.
it. You didn't even watch us sitting
I
on
didn't.
that beach.
I just watched the water, the waves hit the beach, and that was about it.
Yeah, but we had Eric Madsen from EOS. What a great company that is. In fact, he brought me in a bunch of books.
The traction book?
The traction
Yeah,
book.
that's a great book.
Absolutely phenomenal. We gave away quite a few of them, but if you still would like a copy of that book, you need to watch his show and send me a text because there's still a couple books. He brought me in some extras, so if you want that book, it's a $30 or $40 book that is absolutely great. So
Good read.
So you the cell phone number we'll put on at the end of our show again. You got a great gift today to give away. Man, these speakers just kept stepping up the game. A sound bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, because you could be winning a sound bar for your TV. So excited about that. But Eric, great conversation, man. He can take small to mid-sized companies and just light them on fire.
Yeah. No, I think it's interesting, that coaching space, because that's what they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know our friend Markham is also out there.
That's been his partner.
Yeah, doing some really cool things. Yep. But sometimes you're working in your business and you just don't see where friction points are or how to not be doing the work, right? I mean, the work's got to get done, but there's a bigger picture to it, and getting another set of eyes on your business is always a great idea.
Oh man, and he's just absolutely phenomenal. So check out that episode if you haven't already. Eric Madsen with EOS Worldwide. Absolutely a great company you should be looking into. Let's talk about some of the trainings we have coming up here, and then we'll talk about our sponsors. So we have a sales class. This is, if you want to put that flyer up there.
You
go to
guys,
the blue flyer too? Can you grab that blue flyer
need-
just on the systemizing sales for success?
we should have 15 plus people in this class right now. It's like, I don't know, the snow or what,
Scaring
or people are
people
waiting.
away, but-
People are waiting to the last minute. This sales is what makes the world go round, and having a sales system. If you don't have a sales system, you better figure one out.
As far as I know, every business out there either sells a product or a service, and it doesn't matter which one of those two you're selling. But if you want to work on the science of sales, of when do you ask the right questions, what questions do you ask, how do you follow up to get the best closing ratios? This class is just amazing. Jared, everyone knows Jared. He's been the co-host the last couple of weeks, and he's just absolutely, every time I walk into this class, I say, every business owner or manager should be in this class. And it's such golden information that I guarantee that you will get your value in the first week of that class. If not, you don't pay for the rest. You don't pay for the class. You don't pay for the class.
Yeah, which you've never had
I had to give one refund because they got COVID.
Oh, okay.
And
but that's not
that
because
was
of the class.
It had nothing to do with the class.
Yeah,
So
and Jared at BBSI, I mean, Jared Oviatt, we've known him for, I don't know, a while now,
Yep.
but super sharp. He's been in the mix. He was doing
is
coaching
phenomenal.
and consulting, and guy knows what he's doing.
Yep.
So, and again,
encourage you to look up that class and get signed. It starts next Wednesday, so you gotta get into that class. It starts next Wednesday, only a few days away. So you gotta jump into that class. I just can't talk enough about it. We also have another class that if you're starting up your business, if you're new within a year old, or just have an idea for a business, we have a business startup essentials class. This one, the first session goes in March. Every I think it's Mondays in March, and it goes 4 to 6 o'clock at night. And it is just an absolute. This is a new class that we're kind of doing, but it runs 4 Mondays from 4 to 6. I don't know if we have the time on there. We might need to get the time on there, but it goes 4 to 6 on Mondays, and it's a 2-hour class. It says 4 90-minute classes, but it's actually I think going to be 4 120-minute classes. So yeah, I should have checked that flyer before we send it out, but it's going to be, if you're thinking of starting a business, this is the class that you should be in. Jared's going to help me teach that class, as is Bill Woods from The Score. Absolutely going to be great. And then we got another big class coming up in April that we're just getting things finalized for it. But it's called the Foundations of a Successful Business. And if you want to know how to not be part of that 90% of businesses that fail in the first 5 years, you got to be in that class. There's nothing that's what we're focusing on. What are the crucial things that every business owner must do in order to not fall into that 90% fail ratio? So
yeah, get after it.
Good deal. Well, that's kind of our classes. Let's talk about some of the sponsors. Couldn't do this show without them.
BBSI, again, they've been with us from the very beginning. Jared Oviatt's part of that. Jeremy Hicks, Troy Dean, those, just a group of...
The powerhouse of people. So
got great people, and anything from consulting to hiring, firing, HR...
Anything there.
Valuations, the whole bit. So
Style House Decor and Staging, man, all of our set here's thanks to them, so we appreciate that. Christy Carlquist, she is just amazing. And she switched out our set here a couple times, and just every week calls me and says, "Let's do this, let's try this," and so just absolutely phenomenal. The SBDC, Idaho's best kept secret.
Best kept secret.
If you need help with your business, call us up. We'll be glad to help you out. And Mrs. Powell's giving away a half dozen cinnamon rolls. Man, those things just melt in your mouth. I'll tell you that.
They do.
So. Very good. We got Man Cave Innovations. That's our guest today. So we'll learn a lot about Man Cave Innovations today. We appreciate them being a sponsor. Volpine Marketing keeps us up to date on our website, the Idaho Innovation Center.
Wow. Do you have any space available right now?
I got one office that's available, and I've got 2 or 3 people trying to vie for it, but they don't quite fit our business model here. So we do, and we have another person leaving at the end of this month. So yeah, we've got a little bit of space.
Plus, if you're in the food space, you should come check out the kitchen, right?
You have to check out the commercial kitchen. We watched the ad at the beginning of the show and just kind of talks about it. But man, we're getting some very good interest on the Idaho commercial kitchen. So that's one we're excited to have that one part of the Innovation Center here. And New Line Media, we could talk the rest of the half hour on New Line Media, but.
Tyson Bolcom just does
he's
good
over
work
there behind the scenes saying, go ahead,
take some time.
Talk for a half hour.
But yeah, you need video work, drone work. He does a lot. Automation on your sales process, and if you have a need, come talk to Tyson.
Tyson's absolutely phenomenal. Look him up on Facebook, New Line Media. Tyson Bolcom is there. So we appreciate our sponsors. Couldn't do the show without them. So Man Cave Innovations, man, I just feel like we are in the man cave as we speak. We're going to have Roarke Burke on the show today. And then at the end of the show, stay tuned. The one and only Jared Oviatt that we've mentioned his name 4 or 5 times already today. He's going to be there to finish out the end of the show on a total BS. We just love to talk BS.
Yeah, there you go.
We're good at that, aren't we?
We're good at that, yep.
So, but we're going to be spotlighting healthy home environmental today with on the Total BS. We appreciate BBSI sponsoring the Total BS segment. So, Man Cave Innovations. You are going to be blown away at the amount of things that this company can do. And you're talking home automation. They are the place to go. So we're going to watch a quick 30-second video here with about BBSI, and then we're going to welcome Roarke Burke on here from Man Cave Innovations.
Great. Well, again, BBSI, they don't suck.
They don't.
Good.
They
are good stuff.
They're real good.
Well, so Roarke, you're in the. I mean, it's there's a lot you're doing for your clients, right? But how do you even start to say, like in grade school, you said, when I grow up, I want to learn how to do, because you got a lot going on. So how did you even get involved in Man Cave Innovations, and why don't you just tell a little bit of the history of the company?
So Man Cave, we started Man Cave. It was about 11 years ago.
Wow.
But we've been in the industry. I've been in the industry since it's probably 15, 16 years old. Started putting in satellite dishes. Way back.
Wow.
Way back in the day. And we've just kind of grown from there. 11 years ago, we started it in my garage.
Wow.
I had left the industry, out selling tires, running around, and customers just kept calling.
Yeah.
And I actually utilized your services when you worked for another guy here in town, and you came up to my house, and you just hooked my house up, and that was back in like 2010, I think. So
yeah, it's been a long time. Lots changed, but it's always fun.
Yep. Yeah. So talk about the scope of work that Man Cave Innovations does. I mean, give us from A to Z, what are some of the things that you can do to automate a home?
So A to Z is really big. We can do anything as little as a thermostat in your house. You can check it from your phone, turn it on and off, all the way up to setting timers for lights, shades, having your TVs turn off at certain times. It's kind of an endless possibility. We've got a customer that actually, he flies his plane over his house and his plane hangar doors open, so he doesn't ever have to get out of his plane. So it's kind of gotten to be whatever you can think of is what we're
He can turn the
getting
shades
into.
On and off.
Yeah.
Open and closed.
Yep. His shades open and closed. Let somebody in and out of his house when he's not there. And we do a lot of commercial stuff also. We're starting to get into a lot of the Teams meetings, Zoom meetings, cameras that follow them as they speak. Microphones. So it's fully automated rooms with the lighting, TVs that come on and off. I mean, it's pretty endless what we're doing.
Yeah.
Wow, residential and commercial as well.
Yep.
Wow. So talk about, you went through the scope of work, but people can literally do all of this. Most of this stuff that you can do can be controlled from their phones.
Yep. Everything we can do can be controlled from your phone, or even a remote sitting in your lounger.
Yeah.
My wife gets a little upset because, like in our house, after a certain time, if I turn off my TV in the living room, it'll turn on our TV in the bedroom. Certain channels that I want to watch.
Yeah.
Turn the lights up the hallways. Like, It gets like I said, it's a little crazy. It's a lot of fun.
You can control the thermostat, the doors, the shades.
Yep. And a lot of it's starting to be voice controlled also.
Wow.
So you can talk to your Alexa or your Google Home and
say unlock the front door.
Yep.
Or lock the front door.
Right.
Yeah. So do you see businesses kind of, because we have a business where we have all these doors because it's just, anyway, and making sure every single door is locked is important to us.
Right.
So is that a big part of what you do, is security type stuff? Or?
It is.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of the access control to where you either have a keypad and then they automatically lock behind you, or you go in and set certain times of the day you only want your front door unlocked so customers can come in and out. And for your employees, it's great because you can track. Mm-hmm. It sets timestamps on when they scan their card, when they leave, when they go.
Maybe it could recognize their face even, right?
Yeah. A lot of the cameras are facial recognition stuff.
So you're all the spy stuff in addition to everything else.
I don't know if it's spy stuff yet.
Could be if you use it to that. So, but what I love in the questionnaire that we have him fill out before the class. This is or before the meeting here. He said, if you can imagine it, we can create it.
Yeah.
We get a lot of that stuff, and it's like, okay, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a lot of people that listen or that have jets that they can fly over their house and open their hangar doors, but hey, that's the kind of stuff that can be done out there.
Yep. Like I said, it's just the technology's there. It's just endless. Now you just got to put it together and make it happen.
Yeah. And then you mentioned earlier that you've been doing some solar stuff.
Yep.
So how do you kind of determine, hey, because that's a whole different aspect of what you're currently doing, right?
Yeah.
So how do you even determine, hey, let's get into solar? Because that seems like a pretty competitive space.
So we've been watching that really, really close for a lot of years, and it's just starting to migrate that way. We already have the electricians when we come in because I don't want shock.
Yeah.
I make sparks. That's all I'm good for. So we have the electricians that come in already, and it's just kind of where it integrates into that house and the going green. That's just kind of integrated for us that direction.
Yeah. When
we go to the shows and meet people, and so it's just
people need Generac, like the generators to run their homes.
Yep.
If they, and things like that you can get those kind of things.
Yep. We can get all the generators, the solar equipment, integrated all into your house, and still be able to run things from your phone and have your battery backups. Your battery runs out, your generator kicks on, still runs your home.
Yeah.
So
wow, the technology that is happening these days just blows me away.
Yeah. No, it makes it easier and easier, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. It's a comfort.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle.
So pick this background that we have here. What all could you do in this type of a room?
So you've got all the seating, the screens. There's a projector in there. We can do all the lighting, the star ceilings. About the only thing I can't do in that room is get you carpet.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
So the chairs to all of the technology. He came into my theater room that I had up there on the hill, and man, it just lit that place up. It was just, he had everything connected to one remote. This was 13 years ago. But back then we had the on remote that you connected everything from the lights to the surround sound to the DVD to the everything else that we had back then. So.
Yep. And it's just gotten easier.
Yeah. So, and how many employees do you have currently?
So I run 3 employees currently. There's just 4 of us, then we get out and we just hustle hard.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you just push.
And so talk about over the last 11 years that you've been in business, how have you been able to grow so significantly with the sales?
So with our sales, a lot of what we've done is we started out in my garage, and it was out meeting contractors, out meeting builders, out meeting engineers. It was a lot of hustle. And we tried advertising at first, and we probably just didn't advertise correctly. and it didn't work for us. And then it turned into word of mouth. So it was customer referrals, and that's how we built our business, is all off of customer referrals.
Yeah. Well, that says a lot right there. So what's been one of your more favorite projects? I mean, you mentioned a jet that when it gets close, then it recognizes, okay, he's coming. But what has been maybe one of the projects that you really thought was a lot of fun?
So my favorite projects are the ones that actually make us think, make us work for it. We do where we put everything in one. Well, the customer, they don't spare any expense. They know what they want. They call us and say, "This is what I want. I want it done this way." And the high-end speakers, the high-end amps, the automation where it's the garage, all the controls, the door locks, the audio, when you get it, and the TVs all in a central spot. You walk in, you push the button, and it comes on and works, and then sounds amazing. That's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
Recently, you took a pretty big company here in eastern Idaho and did a technology room for them.
Yep.
And they're my neighbors. I'll say that, up in the north of town here. And but they took and just talk about the work that you did in their room. You had shades to sound. What else?
So we've been doing 2 or 3 of them all at the same time, but I think I know the one that you're talking about. We did 3 165-inch projection screens that drop out of the ceiling, and 3 projectors. But then we also have done the ceiling microphones, so as they walk around or do their presentations, those cameras follow them. We have it set up for collaboration rooms, so they can go in, 12 people at a time can hook their computer into this collaboration and stream, collaborate, use it as a whiteboard, all from their computers or their phones, all wirelessly.
Shades in the windows.
Yep, we did. See, there's so much stuff that goes into them, you forget. We did the window shade, so they black out when the screens drop. That way you're not losing your picture off your projectors. It's all off of touch screens in the walls, so they just pick, I want it to do this or I want it to stream this PC, or my light's off, push this button, and the front lights will come down, shades will come down, and it's all off of a button. Yeah. So that way anybody can walk in and turn the room on and off, pick what they want to do.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's what the future is all about. So and COVID's kind of helped this through, that people are meeting a lot online, and this is and I know this company meets with literally people all over the world. They're an international seller all over the world, and that just amazing technology that they can be all in the one room there, 20 people, 10 people, 2 people. And it's just unbelievable automation.
Yeah, it's those are the fun projects you get to do. Makes it interesting.
Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal. What else do you want people to know about Man Cave Innovations?
Well, that's a tough question.
Oh, it is. And I'm opening it up. And I'll limit you at an hour. I'll cut you off. Right.
No, one of the hard things with Man Cave Innovations is people don't know what we do.
Yeah.
So I just now that's why we're on here, is to kind of say, hey, we can take care of you. We can make you a little more comfortable. Make life easier. You think it's easier, but I think that's the biggest part, is we're here. Yeah. We're here to help you, and we've been around a while.
So do you ever think, oh man, it would be cool if we could do this? Do you come up with some features on your own, or is it primarily just this is what's being manufactured? You go to the Las Vegas show, I'm assuming, and look at all the new stuff and then build stuff around that. I mean, what creativity are you allowed in this?
So a lot of the creativity we're allowed is like the design. We get to come in and design, or walk into the house and help them design what they want, because you really don't know what's out there.
Yeah.
So we come in and we make suggestions. Yeah, it's limited to what is out there, but like the one project that you were talking about for that commercial, there wasn't a way to do some of the room splitting and the cameras following. So we were actually able to get in with the engineers of the product, and they engineered the programming for us.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we were even a step ahead of what was capable at that time.
And that's super helpful to that company because they don't know what their clients maybe want. They're just building it, saying this is what you want.
Yep.
Versus the client saying, hey, I need it to do this, and then you coming back.
Yep.
Actually improves their product. They should give you a royalty.
Well, yeah, they should. Yeah. That'd be nice.
Very good. Very good. Well, I encourage you to look up. How can people find you?
So right now we've got our Facebook page, we've got our web page.
ManCaveInnovations.com?
It's actually .net.
.net. Okay, that's right. I did look that up, and it's .net.
I couldn't get the guy to sell me the .com, so I'm stuck with the .net.
Yep, good. We'll work with you on that one, but that's a good one. ManCaveInnovations.net. Got a great website. Can show a little bit about what they do, can and can't do on their website. So encourage you to look up Man Cave Innovations. Great company here in Eastern Idaho and growing and doing. He's had some significant growth over since I had him doing my place 13 years ago, and over the last 11 years, he's done absolutely phenomenal. We've checked in quite a few times through the years, and absolutely, it's great to see how big you've grown your company. So, absolutely phenomenal. So, talk about this quote, and then we've got, stay tuned because you're going to want to listen to the trivia question here in just a couple minutes. So talk about this quote that you have.
So the quote that I have, that don't let the addict out hustle you. I mean, an addict, it's an addiction.
Yeah.
But you will always, good or bad, you will always find a way to get your addict or your fix for that product. Yeah. No matter what it takes, you're going to figure out a way to get it done. No matter how hard you have to work. So that's one of the things we've tried to implement is you don't want to get out hustled by the addict.
That's right.
Yeah, we've got our end goal. Let's keep hustling past it.
Yeah, very cool.
Very good. All right. Well, we're gonna stay tuned for the Total BS segment. Got a great business that Jared and I are going to talk about here. But let's. I thank you for the quote. I think that's great. I want to ask just a trivia question, and then now kind of talk about this prize that you're going to give away.
So me talk?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I want you to talk about it.
So. I don't know anything.
So I'm just going to do like a Sony or Samsung sound bar that anybody can take home, hook to their TV, and any sound bar is better than a TV speaker.
Amen to that.
So
let's day and night.
Yep, let's make sure everyone's taken care of. And
so good. We also, on top of that, a half dozen cinnamon rolls from Mrs. Powell's. Yep. Appreciate Amy stepping up there at Mrs. Powell's. So I'm going to ask just a simple question, and if you watch the show, you're going to be able to answer it. We have this beautiful background in our in here of being in a man cave. And Roarke talked about there's only one thing that he couldn't really do in that room. What was that one thing? If you want to put my cell phone number up there, Tyson, there it is. Text me, and you will, if you tell me, all you got to do is it's a one-word answer. What is it that he can't do in that theater room? What is the one thing that he can't do? He can do almost everything in there besides one thing. And if you can get me that one thing, text it to me. And boy, you're going to get probably a couple $100 sound bar, Sony, Samsung, whatever it is. We'll get that to you. So text me, and you'll be able to get that. So we've got some exciting guests coming up here in the coming months. We're just getting a whole bunch of them coming up, but I've got a few people on the line that are going to be. We're going to be doing them in coming weeks. So we're excited about that. Encourage you to watch the podcast. We've added that on. So every week, if you just go to our website, talkin-business.com, talkin without the G, business.com, and you go to that and you can choose watch us on Facebook, watch us on YouTube, or listen to the podcast. So we've added that. We've got the podcast up and going, and you can choose whatever best fits you to watch the show. You're welcome to do it. So we're going to transition right over into the Total BS segment with Jared Oviatt, and thanks to compliments of BBSI, and we appreciate them. Thanks for tuning in today. Give us a thumbs up. That's how we end every show, Roarke. Thanks, everybody. Make it a great week.
Hey, Brian, it is outstanding to be here with you. We've got another segment.
We like to talk BS, don't we?
We do. And the awesome thing is there are so many amazing businesses out here to spotlight.
There is. And you picked a good one today. This is great. HHE. I've worked with them since their inception here about 7 years ago with the original owner that was here.
Yeah, they're an innovation center success story, right?
They are huge. They were here. He came into me the first day he came in here, probably almost 7 years ago, and said, I want to franchise my business. And I said, well, here's the deal. Let's make your own business successful, and then you can franchise. And over the next 5 years, he worked on having all of the franchise set up so that when he was ready to start franchising and he sold this area, moved to Florida, and now he's continuing to do it. But the new owner took over about 2 years ago, I think.
Let me share that. Chris Capron is the owner of Healthy Home Environmental Services. And Chris is outstanding. He bought the franchise, and franchise number one, territory number one, and about 14, 15 months ago. So it hasn't been quite 2 years. But he's been able to actually 3X the business in that time. A little bit of shout out in terms of the details and what they've done. They focus on a really underserved segment in the marketplace with asbestos testing and remediation. So we're talking about a very highly regulated but a really impactful thing. Think about a homeowner who purchases a home that was built, say pre-1980s, and all of a sudden it's time to do remodels. Yeah. When you start knocking into those walls and you start finding things that could potentially have increased impact in terms of cost on the remodel or mitigation or remediation, or potentially harmful on your family, these guys provide a really necessary service. And so they work hand in glove with a lot of the remodeling and restoration companies, in addition to the expertise that they provide to a lot of the commercial and industrial jobs that they do around here. I can't say enough about these guys.
They do, all sorts of remediation, asbestos, radon. I can't remember what else the
certified testing, certified remediation, and the cool thing is that they have been able to really, and they're not to the McDonald's stage yet of repeatability, but that's the goal that Chris has carried on after the original founder, is that how can we put repeatable systems, repeatable outcomes to demonstrate repeatable value to their customers. And I got to tell you, in that space, they're one of the best.
They are.
And it's a thrill working with them.
Absolutely great to work with. HHE, Healthy Home Environmental. We've kind of covering up their logo there behind us. But HHE, look them up. Absolutely a phenomenal business here in eastern Idaho. And they've expanded. They got actually locations over in Twin Falls. They got them up in northern Idaho. And he's expanding into the Florida area where Jeff himself moved to. And so they are a growing company and just doing absolutely awesome. And we know that they're going to continue to be successful. So
they are, and he's got great growth plans this year as well. So we think about the great foundation they've established. Imagine what they're going to be 2 years from now.
Yep, absolutely phenomenal. Look up Healthy Home Environmental, and it's just great to talk BS with you, Jared.
Outstanding.
Business Spotlight of HHE. Thanks, everybody.
The purest essence of what makes a business tick is sometimes fleeting. It's not always available to draw on demand. So if you can capture these things on video, you're capturing magic in a bottle. My name is Tyson, and I own New Line Media. I really believe that the keystone to any successful business is the connection that business builds with the people that it serves. Traditionally, these attributes were all achieved through interpersonal communication. It came through authentic connection. Then the arena of the internet introduced a whole range of resources that expanded what businesses were capable of achieving. But the trade-off for these new resources was that authentic connection with the people that we serve. And without that connection factor, businesses become commodities, just a name and a price tag. So the dilemma businesses face today is how to preserve that sense of connection in a digital space. And I believe that the answer to that problem is video. At New Line Media, my goal is to help you take your influence, your passion, your spirit, your essence, and make it available to anyone, at any time, no matter where they are. When the power of video is truly harnessed, it can become so much more than just a flashy way to promote yourself. Video can help your business build trust in those you serve or want to serve. It can build familiarity. It provides information and education, and most of all, it can pull your customer into your space for a few moments and give them a taste of what working with you would be like. It provides them with that in-house connection experience, no matter where they are. And that is what I focus on, because it's all about making a connection. So if you're a business owner who's ready to shift gears and unbind yourself using video as the business asset that it should be, then go to my site and submit a request to work with me. If I think I'm going to be the best fit for you, then I will reach out and we will schedule a time to meet.